I guess my pre-mission experience was that I was not, I went to church, but I wasn't actively engaged in gospel living, right? I wasn't reading my scriptures. I didn't really pray. It's funny though, always in the back of my mind, I just assumed I was going on a mission. It was kind of one of those, my parents had talked about it, I knew that's what was more or less expected. And so, without gospel living, I did find myself still in the back of my mind talking about going on a mission. And then one day, I don't remember what it was that took me there, but one day I just remember it was time to kneel down and pray. So I knelt down and prayed, and there was no earth-shattering, there was nothing like that at all. It was just a normal teenager trying to offer the first prayer in, who knows, probably more than a decade. And but I did have an experience that came that as I crawled into bed and I started to drift off into sleep, I was listening to some music at the time. It was from Morris Hill, was a cassette centered on the Book of Mormon, and there was just that in between the sleep and the waking moments. It was just a really probably the closest thing I would ever describe to the burning in the bosom type thing. And the music that was playing at the time, it felt like it was coupled with the songs of angels rejoicing somewhat at the return of a son, right, that had wandered for a few years. And it was a very, I would say, mind-altering experience for me. And obviously, still struggled with whatever from there on out and all through my mission and throughout life and everything like that. But it got me pointed again in a direction that I needed to be going. And ever since that time, the Book of Mormon has really taken on a really real significance in my life. And I feel like the way President Benson pushed it, when I read through it, I think there's a lot of resources and tools that the church has provided and made available for us as missionaries and for us as members of the church. But when I read the Book of Mormon and I talk to other people, there's, in my mind and in my heart, I would want my children to, or anybody preparing, to don't just really dig into the Book of Mormon and learn what it is that the Book of Mormon, why did the Lord go to so much effort to bring that book forth the way he did? There was so much effort and so much energy and so much sacrifice put into bringing that book to us, with President Benson's emphasis on it being the major tool needed for converting not just the missionary but the world as well. That was one thing that I would love to see my children doing, is reading the Book of Mormon, and not just reading but learning to really dig in and understand what it is the Lord's trying to teach them about their personal lives and about the people around them that they'll interact with. So that was one, probably the biggest pre-mission experience that I had with the Lord, with the Spirit in preparation. So